guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going into the depth of ZFR1 and the updates that I added that are going to advance for more co-op, gameplay, and many other things as well. First, let's start off with the new bridge, or I should say the old one, but remastered. This update improves remastered quality and quality of life to the environment, atmosphere, and much more, including gameplay, new first-person mode, and parkour. So here's the updated bridge. Everything's pretty much the same except at the end there, it's much shorter, helping you get to the building with much more ease. Now instead of outside the window, where the blockage is now gone, you can go the other way, which is the on top of the roof. Added some ledges there so the players have a choice, either out the window or through the top of the building. As you can see here, there's a whole new location. Well, not really new. While the building did stay old, this whole area here was built and handcrafted. Nearly took an hour and a half to make, but with this here, this helps get rid of the annoying little pillars that are here on the side of the mountain so that the player can be able to access the top of the building. As you can see, the building still stays, remain as the old one, but now that we have a new height advantage to get inside here, let's go try it out. As you can see, this is the pool area that I was talking about as well, but there's a lot more to impact, so let's just start here. This is the top area that you can actually come from the side around the mountain just to come back down here, just so that there's more ways to get around the map, and there's a lot more movement and freedom to where you go. In this remaster update, I completely cleared out the zombie nest, which will be updated very soon and will have more features, maybe a mob bench or more loot down here, and maybe the zombies again. But as of right now, this is what it's currently looking like. Well, like I said, the building stays remain as old and will not be getting any updates, considering that I wanted to keep it as nostalgia, keep it to what was made before. Instead of walking, let's go on ahead and just drive on over, shall we? Instead of adding the buggy, or I should say the go-kart, I added an entirely new truck from Chapter 5, which is one of the new cars, or I should say trucks, they added to creative mode, so now you'll be able to use this truck with 4 of your friends, and be able to get around the map easier. Well, this is one of the buildings that was old, was completely remastered and changed in the update, but there's a lot more. Now there's a whole new custom field out here, but again, there's a lot more to discover, so I'll show you guys in the next video what that's going to look like. Just like in Dying Light 1, I wanted to give it that feel. You can now disable and enable a parkour race at any time as your free will, and if you feel like you want to do a little race with your friends or just by yourself, you can always start and disable this mission at any time, so that this ring isn't annoying or in your way throughout the gameplay. For this video, I'm just going to start one and show you what it's like. Well, we finished the parkour race, but there's a lot more to discover, which means there's a whole new other city that I added, and there's a lot more to show you guys, so let's just go on here and I'll show you the rest. I know this building looks very familiar to you guys, or I should say layout. many different ways you can explore the map. But I think a lot of you guys want to see the city, so let's just head on over there, shall we? This is just a glimpse of what, the map can really look like when you're above buildings and you just want to look at the atmosphere and just enjoy it and look at the view. It is pretty nice, isn't it? I'll be adding more updates to improve it, so with overtime, let's just keep going. I'll show you guys the rest of what the world is going to look like when the update does release. As you can see here, I wanted to add pollen, which by the way was in my older maps, I think at least. As of right now, it is in Zombie Freerunner Parkour Heaven 1, but I took the elements from that exact same element from the map, and I just decided, let's place it in here. And it actually really does fit the atmosphere a lot more. So there's a new lighting upgrade, and a lot more to discover, and you guys will see in this video. This will be a whole new shortcut. This shortcut will help you at nighttime, which we're not going to get into this video. While nighttime will get a completely new rehaul and will be scarier and more intense for you and your friends to experience. And another thing that I think a lot of you Dynamite fans will realize is that I completely made the Haran Old Town Tower, which by the way, yes, you can climb and use the zip lines to get across the map. And it looks like a few of our friends have spawned in, so let's go give them a welcome. Oh, looks like we got a runner here. With runners, you can now stun them with shotguns, making them knockback so you can get an advantage in survival. Oh, and yes, these are the old zombies that I worked on, so they will shoot out poison once you eliminate them. This building is not finished yet, but I'll show that in a later video. A lot of zombies here, but that's no problem for us. We have the high ground, and there's nobody that can climb up here. But instead of showing you the entire town, which I don't want to spoil that for everybody, let's go up to that tower, see if we can get any height advantage, and see if we can go anywhere. But first, let's get off of this building. Oh, and by the way, make sure you're careful. While buildings, if they're tall, you can't take fall damage from rolling, so just a heads up. Another thing from Dynamite 1 is a lot of people also do remember to get away from zombies if they were all up on you, bunched up, you could push them. But since Fortnite added an update or a new item where you can push enemies or players, you can either do that with zombies if you add knockback to them, which should look like this. We could go on the top of this building, but I'm going to show that next time. Let's get up to this tower, shall we? Oh, in the current update as well, if you listen really closely with no music in the background, you can hear the infected screaming. Which is probably scary enough. Also, another thing with first person, always remember when you're playing in this mode, it's very difficult to climb, which makes it even harder to play and do parkour in first person mode. So just remember, every time you decide to play in first person mode, it will increase the difficulty, making it harder for you to play during parkour, and maybe even shooting if you don't have aim. Why not just go climb the tower, shall we? Now, I added another thing from Dying Light 1 that's, well, not really from Dying Light 1, but it's pretty similar. In Dying Light 1, if you remember, you can always land in trash bags or cars to, avoid fall damage. Well, in this, I decided to come up with that, but combine the car and the trash bag together, which makes it just seem like you're landing on the car. So, let me go ahead and just show that for you guys. Just like that, easy and simple. Now, time to climb the tower. Probably one of the scariest things I think a lot of people are not going to enjoy in first person. But for you third person players, you guys will enjoy this. Now, we have a decision to make. We can climb this entire tower and just enjoy the view with our friends and chill up here. Or, we can decide what side of the world that we want to go to. Or I should say travel to. There's a lot more zip lines, but we can go to the whole right side of the map, which is where the open fields are and more larger buildings, aka more like towers, that you can climb to explore with friends and just chill. Or, you can do it to find loot, and most likely for survival that you're going to need throughout your gameplay. But with this update, or my decision I'm going to do, you don't have to just use the zip lines to get off. There is another way you can, and I think a lot of you OG Dying Light players would actually really enjoy this, and remember this. Remember exactly how this building worked. If you ever jumped off into the wooden tiles, you would survive. Well, that's completely what I added in this update. Now, how the hell do I get down from this tower? Well, like I showed you guys earlier, you can just jump right into the trucks that have the trash bags. And remember, you gotta make sure to aim, even when you're doing parkour to get into these trucks. For the impact, and there'll be more updates very soon. And what I mean by more impact, I'll show you guys in the next video of the Night Rain update. Which, by the way, Zombie Freerunner 1 now will be completely rehauled, which means all the old buildings, graphics, and mostly old settings from Creative 1.0 are completely vanished. Which means, while yes, there will be Creative 1.0 props and mostly buildings and settings, those will sort of stay. There is a lot more impact here. While buildings will get rehauled and look redesigned and actually look more cleaner for the current parkour system in the game as of right now, it will stay like that until Fortnite decides to update their game and add another new parkour system, which I don't think they will do anytime soon, but with more updates coming, I'm pretty sure they will. And I think a lot of you Zombie Freerunner 1 fans that actually got to play during the demo and actually got to play with a few friends and got to play early access before the map was done. This is a special update for you guys, since a lot of people did ask me for a remaster update. Well, another thing in the Zombie Free Runner 1 update is I completely rehauled the tower. That's right, the tower actually fits more with the new parkour system, making it a lot easier to traverse and to enjoy while playing. Man oh man, isn't the view just nice? Well, now during this update, you actually have about a few choices of how to get down. Usually a lot of players during the beta that actually got up here, which props to you, they jumped inside the water, but now during this update, you have the trucks with the trash bags and, well, normal cars as well. Except these cars will be more rare to find, considering that, well, they're not around the map or around the world as usual. Which means you're gonna have to look for those trucks because, well, they're gonna be your new best friend when you're up somewhere high and you need to get down. But for you guys, I'll be deciding to jump into one of the older cars since, well, it's easier and it's closer to the car. Well, this day was a lot easier. Well, as of right now, this is all I can really show you guys. I know it does kind of suck, but I know a lot of people really did ask for more. As of right now, because the map is still getting updated and getting new buildings and a lot more updates, aka zombies, zombie models, and more, I cannot show you guys everything as of right now. As much as I want to, and I am really excited to drop this update very soon, you guys are just getting a glimpse of what's coming. Oh, and another thing that a lot of players did ask, well, is co-op only before this time? Well, as of right now, I've decided to add a 12-player co-op. Not a lot of zombie open world maps have 12 players to, well, play with. And if you have extra friends that want to sit in the lobby and just chill, well, this is the map for you and all your friends. I can add a boost update, which is New Game Plus, where it adds up to 15 players or more. At the time of recording and updating the map, I don't think there'll be 20 plus players for you to run around and, well, try vehicles. Reason being is, well, I can't keep adding vehicles and the storage will go up, and I need to add more in-game challenges and much more for players to gain XP if they're trying to grind out the battle pass. Other than that, if you guys want to see more, make sure you subscribe on my YouTube and follow me on TikTok for more updates and more, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, make sure you stay tuned for what's coming and get ready for the next episode to be around the corner.